Hello, Marty Nichols with PF Bank Corp. I was prepping for the upcoming Orthopreneur 1.0 presentation and actually challenged myself to go back to basics and ask myself simply, what is healthcare? And this is a serious and important question because how do you fix something if you can't properly define it? Webster's dictionary defines healthcare as efforts made to maintain, restore, or promote someone's physical, mental, or emotional well-being, especially when performed by a trained and licensed professional. ChatGPT defines it as preventive care, primary care, specialized care, chronic care, and rehabilitative care. Google simplifies this a little with prevention, treatment, rehabilitation, and support. None of these define healthcare as a business, much less a profit center. So let's talk about how healthcare became a business. Healthcare started as a patient-physician relationship to treat illness. So how did we end up with insurance? Some of the history shows logging companies hiring physicians to keep their employees at work in the late 1890s. But most contribute Baylor Hospital in Dallas in the 1920s for starting insurance by offering prepaid service plans to teachers to help them afford the costs generated by hospitalization. Shortly after this, hospital fees skyrocketed compared to physician visits. That's why the first major insurance model in the US was created in 1929 and called Blue Cross. Blue Cross was designed specifically by hospitals to ensure a steady flow of paying patients and covered only the hospital bills. During World War II, employers got involved and provided health insurance because wages were frozen. So companies offered health insurance benefits simply to attract workers. The government supported this by making employer contributions to health insurance tax-free. Hospitals wanted control over payments to funnel money into the hospital. Physicians were worried that hospital-controlled insurance might limit their autonomy or undervalue physician services. Blue Shield was thus created in California in 1939 by doctors in the California Medical Association to protect their professional fee and maintain their independence. Physicians then formed the American Medical Association, or the AMA. And of course, the AMA endorsed physician-sponsored prepaid plans and became Blue Shield. Hospitals, meanwhile, organized under the American Hospital Association to protect Blue Cross. And then, in the 1970s, the government looked at all the money in healthcare and they got involved by creating health maintenance organizations, or the HMO. Rising costs and competition from commercial insurers like Aetna, Cigna, United pushed the Blues to consolidation. In 1982, Blue Cross and Blue Shield merged on a national level and became what we know today as Blue Cross Blue Shield, not to provide better care, but to protect profits. This brought the era of medicine as a business and regulations blocking physicians from ownership of many aspects of healthcare. A landmark Harvard Medical School study found that in 2007, 62% of all U.S. bankruptcies involved medical factors, whether from unpaid medical bills, illness-related income loss, or even people mortgaging their home to pay their hospital fees. With a typical surgery, the surgeon's fee runs approximately 10%. With a non-surgical stay in the hospital, Once again, the doctor's fees run about 10%. So why are we continuing to cut physicians' fees while raising hospital fees? The reality is that the hospital government, pharmaceutical, and device companies are not worried about your health. They're protecting their profits. Meanwhile, physicians are still trying to protect their autonomy and professional fees while treating more and more patients. For the last 50 years, since the introduction of the HMO, healthcare has been driven by the incestuous relationship between the hospital and the insurance companies, and the experiment has failed miserably. It's time we take the profiteering and politics out of our healthcare and strip it back to the patient-physician relationship and build up. We do this by physicians ending the division across specialties and geographies and coming together. And that's why we founded PF Bancorp. See you in Pennsylvania.